I bond over that song, loving that song so much. So thank you so much for playing.
Thank you so much. One of the reasons I sang it is that George Michael just released it as his next single from his last album. So there's a video of him doing it. So I'm pushing his record.
I was going to say, so you thought you'd play it to show how it's really done.
Yeah, there you go.
Which is no doubt better. I just wanted to ask you one question, which is that if you're singing a song called "Going to a Town," you now live in this city. This is a Toronto show tonight. And I want to ask you about this city, the one that's hosting the Fine Limonado Festival. In 2008, Rufus, you said of Toronto, "It drives me mad. I find it really hard to like. It's trying to be the New York of the Midwest." Then in 2012, you called it the urban Pleasantville, which you said was a kind of backhanded compliment. I know you've been a Montrealer, a New Yorker, a Berliner. You've lived in Toronto now a couple of years. What is your impression now?
Well, you know,
he said it in front of 1,200 people.
No, I have to be very honest. I am from Montreal, and Montreal, yay! And growing up in that city, especially in the 70s, if you remained, it was pretty drilled into you that the rest of Canada was suspect, you know, and it was an interesting upbringing to have. It definitely made you feel like an individual, but nonetheless, that was sort of my what I was fed on. Now, later on, I actually had many experiences early on in my career where I came to town here and I was so pleasantly surprised and also made to realize that the audiences were so excited for what I had to offer and were so enthusiastic and really with me, whereas when I go back to Montreal, they kind of got more and more, shall we say, French about it. And I mean that in the most stylistic. I mean stylistic, you know, mysterious, hard to gauge, you know, never quite coming on time, which I love about Montreal. It'll forever be a sort of princess of a town, and it's a bit of me in that, and so, but I still kind of didn't get to you for some obvious reasons. I mean, you know, coming from Montreal with the mountain and the, you know, the cafes and stuff, it's a pretty, you know, it's a
and now?
Anyways, all I want to say is that after having been here for a couple of years now, I love the city. It's fantastic. It's wonderful, especially but what's important and why it's wonderful to me is that this city, more than any other city in the world, really, and by a large margin, has really gone to bat for both me and my husband. You know, I premiered my opera downstairs in North America, the Canadian Opera Company is doing Hadrian in a few years, and of course Jorn, my fantastic husband, has the Luminato Festival. So this town has really put its money where its mouth is, and that's what's important in life. You know, that you really come to the table and play the game, and Toronto really did that, and I'll forever be indebted to this town.
It's nice to have you here. Rufus Wainwright, everybody. His upcoming show is called If I Loved You, Gentlemen Before Broadway, an evening of love duets. It features Rufus pairing his vocals with the likes of David Byrne, Ezra Koenig from Vampire Weekend, Boy George. It's taking place here at Toronto's Luminato Festival, June 14th. Rufus has been with me here live in the Winter Garden Theatre. Thanks.
Hi, this is Andrew.